Time to create. Yeah, I'll try again. Maybe not that one. Or that one. Or that, or that, or that, or that. I'm not feeling inspired anymore. I guess I'll just wait until I'm inspired.
I'm doing it the exact same way.
I'll try again tomorrow. Perfectionism turns into fear, which turns into doubt. Once we begin to doubt ourselves or our work, the creative fruits stop juicing. Now imagine if Picasso was worried about being perfect or making the perfect painting. He probably wouldn't have paintings that look like little kids drew them selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars today. There's actually footage of Picasso painting a painting like this. And as you can see, he rarely, if ever, stops for more than a split second. Now, why is this? Because he's not worried about getting the perfect painting, which means there's no fear of making a wrong stroke, which means he never doubts his next move. When we were babies, creating came so naturally to us. If you gave us a pencil and paper, we would scribble something down and never doubt for a second that we could draw. If you gave us a drum, we would hit that thing, and we would never doubt for a second that we could drum. Give us vocal cords, and we would make noise, and never for a second would we doubt that we couldn't sing. So what happened? As our minds developed, so too did the ideas of good and bad. We were taught what was supposed to be done and what wasn't. And as the years went on, these ideals in our minds, in our imaginations, became so vivid that whenever we did create something, we placed ourselves into one of these categories. And if it was bad, we would say, I'm not good at painting, drawing, singing, whatever, making music. I can't do it. But if it was good, we'd also place ourselves into a box that shamed anything that wasn't good, limiting our natural-born creative abilities even further. And I'm here to say fuck all that.
Show me what you paint.
So today we're going to be making a song. And to overcome perfectionism, which is my biggest struggle, fear and doubt, we're going to be A, moving before we think, moving quicker than the thoughts, creating first, thinking later. You get the point. And B, what is B? Keeping it simple and just focusing on a few elements to create the song. Because honestly, if you listen to like a lot of the older stuff, and by older I mean, 60s, 70s, 80s, you know what I'm saying, even 90s, and so some songs today, it's really the simple ones that stand out. Like they're simple, but each piece of the puzzle has its place and it all adds to the groove. This is low-key perfect because I was just jamming out to this little thing on the guitar. An important part of the creative process is trial and error. Like looking at not only myself, but also my creations as experiments, most of which go wrong. But instead of beating myself up for them going wrong, looking at them and saying, okay, where did it go wrong? Where did my mood start to dip? Where did the doubts start to come in? Where did the perfectionism for me start to come in? Because like I said, that's my biggest struggle. And then adjusting accordingly. Now, for the past couple days, I've been trying to make songs with these like little one-string, bouncy, funky riffs on the guitar, but I just start out with the riff, and I start out playing it to the metronome, trying to record it, and I end up getting in this perfectionistic mindset, and I hate the fucking metronome. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Because I'm about to start complaining, and getting in that complaining mindset is gonna fuck me up. So that's been my struggle, is trying to just record. The first element being that one string bass to the metronome hasn't been working. So I'm gonna start out, lay out some drums so then I can record to the drums.
And you couldn't see because I was using my phone to watch the video, but I just watched the video back of what you literally just saw of me playing it, and I just kept listening to it until some drums came to mind, and I kept beatboxing, trying shit, and I came up with this little bouncy. Now I'm going for like a very authentic, old schooly, soul-y, funky, bluesy, groovy type of sound. That's a lot of words to basically just say I'm gonna pick some like real sounding drums. Gotta fix them up digitally. It is crazy. I love that shit, dude. Check it. Now all I'm doing is going through all the takes I got and just literally chopping out the best parts, piecing them all together into one string of guitar. That's how I get my guitar track. I think perfectionism is cool until it actually gets in the way of enjoying the creative process. But like I heard somewhere, honor the pursuit of perfection, but embrace the imperfection. Like, have fun with the pursuit of perfection, trying to make this shit exactly how you want it to sound, as long as it's fun. But if it's stopping you from creating, stopping you from enjoying creating especially, put that shit to the side. Save it for later. I want to add some tambourines, and I recorded some in an old project, so I'm going to go back and find them. I noticed like a feeling in my stomach, almost like a fear feeling, almost like, I don't know, if you have social anxiety and you just got to the house where a big party is, that feeling in your stomach. I got the feeling when, I don't know, I thought there was, I guess, gonna be a lot of work to make the track sound how I wanted it to sound, how I want it to sound. I don't know, like, something scared me. Something scared me. Something made me feel fear. And I don't know if it's the pursuit of perfection. I don't know if it's a fear of overextending myself and falling short. I don't know if it's what. But all I know is a thought ran through my head real quick. Speedy Gonzalez style, motherfucker. That shit ran through my head and said, oh, this is going to take a lot of work to make it sound good. But right paired with that thought was the image of a final product sounding awesome. And something about that scared me. And I'm saying this basically to say the stomach feeling, I think it's a guide. Follow that shit. So I just dragged that tam loop in here, and it's not on the timing I wanted it to be on, but it's the start of a cool ass rhythm. Like, I love that shit, dude. We're gonna record some vowels, bro. Clap's gonna come in on that second round. Dude, Check it.
Oh, oh, eh, eh, yeah, oh, 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 eh, eh, yeah, oh, oh, oh.
He's just got out.
What? Okay, he's back. So take two.
Oh, oh, eh, eh, yeah, oh, 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 eh, eh, yeah, oh, 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 eh, eh, yeah, oh, ah, 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 oh, eh, oh, eh, oh, oh, eh, eh, yeah, oh, oh, eh, eh, yeah, oh, oh, eh, eh, yeah, oh, ah, ah. I feel like there should be one more element, another rhythmic element, maybe like a funky rhythm guitar. Something to fill that pocket in. Since the vocals and the bass are the same rhythm.
So it's a couple days later, but I went over to my neighbor's house and he added a rhythm guitar and I got the basic structure for the song and this is what we got. We have a bass guitar track, a drum track, a rhythm guitar track, and vocals. We kept it simple and we have a song. So we kept it simple, and as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, perfectionism is something I struggle with a lot, especially in making music. And I think it's good to have a certain amount of that, like honor the pursuit of perfection, but embrace the imperfection. It's like if you're mixing colors or something and you're painting, it's like, I see this color and it's kind of bluish. It's like you could honor the pursuit of trying to get it to that exact shade you see, but in order to actually move forward and create something, all you need to know is bluish and just start mixing shit. And then you can adjust like the little stuff to make it feel like, yes, this is it. And that's exactly what this song is for me right now. It's, yes, this is it. This is how I wanted it to sound. Having that simplicity allowed me to just get one of those elements down and know that, okay, I'm gonna move on to the next element. And instead of questioning myself, again, we moved before thinking. We just trusted our instincts with this. We didn't think the music into the creation. We just created the music. This allowed me to just lay out one element, tweak it a little bit until it sounds good, until I get that feeling. It's really just about the feeling of it. Once I start grooving, like once I get in that flow, you know, like I'm smiling, I'm jumping around, like I'm just grooving to it. Once I like it, like once some part of me likes it, I'm like, okay, that's it, right? Because anything past that is like trying to fix something that doesn't need to be fixed, trying to hear something that isn't even there. I love picking up a guitar. I love doing that. It comes naturally, and so I just use that. I didn't like tell myself, oh, it needs to be like a whole chord progression, the rhythm needs to be better. Like, it's just whatever just came out, I used. I struggle with writing lyrics. And real quick, I want to say that this isn't like an excuse not to hone in on the craft and actually get better at writing lyrics, but this is to actually just get in motion and rekindle that childlike creative spirit and just create shit, you know? So I struggle with writing lyrics, so I didn't use lyrics. I like to make random noises, so I used random noises, you know? I can get tied up in perfection when there's too many elements in a song, so I didn't use too many elements. And we got a freaking banger.